5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of Inside the Locker Room. I am your host, Antoine McClay, and it's going to be a long, non-stop hour of nothing but sports. I'm with the one and only Pathfinder is in the building once again.
And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I got a lot of stuff going on in my head. I can't think. Gronk away because he hasn't been out there yet.
It's something.
That's
another
You're
87.
forgetting. Everybody's forgotten Brady. Now you're forgetting Gronk. Oh my God.
No, I haven't forgotten.
I don't know what to
It's
do.
another 87 to look out for. We have the Browns with another starting quarterback this upcoming game. Sunday coming up. It's going to be another quarterback for the 26th time
Oh my goodness
since
gracious.
2000
Really?
that the Browns have a starting quarterback. That is bad. And we're going to get into the Major League Baseball once again. I know Pathfinder is going to love that.
Oh baby.
So first off, we're going to talk about the Carolina Panthers versus the San Francisco 49ers. I had the pleasure of going to that game on yesterday.
Really? Where'd you sit?
High in the sky.
That's all right.
I was next to God.
That's all right. You saw it. I mean, that's a big time event. That's good. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
You deserve it. You work hard.
Yeah. It was the first home game of the season, and I'm a 49er fan. So,
Number one barber in the Low Country is hitting the NFL on Sundays. Tips must be good, baby.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Shout outs to all my clients. Thank you very much. So my brother, he's a Carolina Panther fan, and a lot of my cousins are 49er fans. So we decided to go to the game on yesterday, and the game was more interesting than I actually thought. I really felt that the Panthers were going to just demolish the 49ers, blow them out the water. Now,
The final score wasn't indicative of the way the game was played?
Kind of, because
Okay.
What happened was, the score was 46-27, but if the Carolina scored a touchdown, then the 49ers would score a touchdown.
Oh,
Well,
that's what you want to see.
right. So then Carolina would score 2, and then they'll turn the ball over on down. 49ers will score, and then 49ers will kick a field goal. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
it's back and forth until the last 4 minutes of the game.
Oh, really?
Right? The last 4 minutes of the game, the 49ers were down 7 points. Right?
Wow. So they were in it.
Right. They were in it. And what happened was Blaine Gabbert, starting quarterback, got the ball because the Panthers turned it over on downs, got the ball back, we drove it downfield, and what does he do? What do you think Blaine Gabbert does?
He didn't throw a touchdown pass.
You're right about that. He threw a Tony Romo
Oh.
interception. What are you doing?
Oh.
You just need to score, buddy.
Oh.
Just score. At least kick a field goal. We still have plenty of time left to score to get the ball back.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Heartbreaking.
Heartbreaker.
So is that why you've been sitting around pouting a little before the show started today?
Yeah, I was a little sad.
Yeah. Well, I can take it out of you.
Yeah.
Long ride home on a loss.
Long ride home. Blaine Gabbert threw 2 interceptions at the end of the game. Carolina got the ball back, went downfield. They scored a field goal. Okay, we're down 10. Let's get the ball back, 49ers. We can drive downfield and get this one more touchdown and still be in the game. But Blaine Gabbert, being Blaine Gabbert, once again throws another interception.
Oh.
I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're resulting to right now. Offense,
Right.
we have no offensive weapons. Vance McDonald scored a touchdown, 75-yard touchdown, his longest of his career. And No wide
So
receiver.
did your man Colin get in yesterday?
No.
No, he didn't play, huh?
Nope, didn't play at all.
Didn't play
Not
at
one
all.
snap. Not one snap.
What can you tell the Panther fans in Charleston? There are thousands of them, obviously. What can you tell them about the Panthers that you saw that they might not have picked up on TV about their team, the home team in the NFL?
Well,
You know, are they going to go back to the Super Bowl? What's your gut feeling?
they could. The defense is a little suspect in the secondary because even though the 49ers didn't score a lot of points, they were able to get the ball in the middle
they
of
were
the
moving
field.
it around,
Moving
yeah.
it around and, getting to the tight ends
Yeah.
and anything. But the Panthers didn't let anybody get behind them
Yeah.
for a deep ball.
Sounds like watching the South Carolina versus the college game against East Carolina this Saturday while East Carolina was going up and down. Something similar, and
Yeah.
turning the ball over in the red zone. It sounds like that's what was going on
Yeah, a lot
a
of
little
that was
bit towards the end of the game.
Yep. And during the game, Cam Newton actually scored his 121st passing touchdown, which gives him the
He has
all-time.
121 already,
Yep,
huh?
121.
Does he really?
Yep. And he passed Steve Young last week in rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, well, I kind of figured that would come quick.
Yeah.
Wow, whose record for the Panthers did he break?
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
To be honest, Jake Delhomme maybe.
Jake
I'm
Delhomme,
not-
Kerry.
Yeah, probably. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have to look that up.
Okay.
So that was a very interesting game. It was sold out. Fozzie Whitaker, he had 100 yards because Jonathan Stewart, he hurt his hamstring again, had to go and leave the game. So Fozzie Whitaker was the leading back throughout the game, and he had a quiet 100 yards. He really didn't do much of anything. Kelvin Benjamin had 2 touchdowns.
Panther fans really going nuts yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Going nuts.
Going nuts. They were happy that Kelvin Benjamin is back.
I'll tell you what, if they didn't win, they were going to be in a little bit of trouble. So
Yeah.
it was kind of a big game for
Right.
the Panthers.
Mhm. The point spread gave the 49ers a 13-point edge.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, that's big, but I also felt like it was going to be a sucker bet. Like you probably knew the Panthers were try to run the score up, on them, and they did at the end of the game because it was close. So they had no choice but to run. Greg Olsen.
Yeah, I'm a big Greg Olsen fan.
Oh man, he
I
was
know
a
he
monster.
scored the first. He caught the first touchdown pass of the
it was
game.
like
yesterday.
78
78 yards. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I saw in the paper today.
Ooh, he got behind those defenders, and
He's really terrific. What an athlete! My goodness gracious.
we always talk about him on the show. and-
Well, yeah, I mean,
Last time.
yeah. To me, what you're looking for in an NFL tight end, Gronk is a freak. So sometimes I don't, that he's far and few between, but
right. Greg Olsen, you can count on him to catch
yeah,
the ball.
Greg Olsen is pretty special. You know what? We were looking at records 2-0, teams that were 2-0 after yesterday. Pretenders and contenders.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions here.
Okay, I like
Okay.
that. All right.
Broncos,
Contenders.
contenders. Okay. And they went and beat the Packers yesterday 17-14.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. That was the Vikings.
oh, yeah, the
no,
Vikings.
the Vikings. 17-14
Yeah,
over
they
the
beat
Packers.
Colts. The Broncos
okay.
beat the Colts.
Right. No. Broncos over the Colts.
Right.
Okay. Here's one.
Okay.
Texans over the Chiefs. 19-12. Pretenders or contenders?
For the Texans?
Yes.
Contenders.
Okay. And I agree with you. And here's my upset of the week coming up.
Okay.
I'm picking the Texans to go into New England Thursday night with Jacoby Brissett as the starting quarterback for the Patriots, backing up Garoppolo, who has an AC shoulder joint sprain. I think they're going to give them their loss without Brady. I think the Patriots are going to be 3-1 coming into their first game against Brady, and I think it's the Texans that are going to beat them.
Okay, I can't
Okay.
argue with that because
But they're not going to sign anybody. They're going to stay with Jacoby Brissett. And Belichick feels he's been through preseason and all the early training camps, and he's prepared and he's comfortable with it. He did just enough to hold on yesterday. I think the Patriots, especially without the chemistry of Brissett, Gronk, Julian Edelman, no chemistry there yet established. I think they could be in trouble.
okay,
Okay?
all right.
Here's one for you, okay? Vikings, 2-0. We have a friend out there, if he's listening. He can't stand it. He can't say Sam Bradford 3 times quick enough. Okay?
Okay.
Big win over the Packers yesterday.
Very, very.
Pretenders or contenders?
I would. My analysis of the team right now on defense are contenders, but the offense with AP going down yesterday and Sam Bradford in the back. Before yesterday, contenders, but today, pretenders.
Okay, but they're saying that Adrian Peterson's injury may not be a serious one to lose any playing time.
Ooh.
They were doing an MRI. They hadn't gotten it back, but he was upbeat and he was feeling pretty positive about his chances of recovering quickly. So
Okay.
does that change things?
It does.
Does
it
it?
does because beating the Packers yesterday was very big.
Oh, it's
That's
huge.
why I said contenders.
Come on.
but
Yeah, it's
if
huge.
AP is back,
Yeah.
then contenders because that defense is much better than people give them credit for.
Okay. No, I thought the upset of the day yesterday, okay?
All right.
And now we're both going there, okay?
Okay.
To me, because preseason-wise, coming out of training camp and preseason games, I really like the Raiders. I really like the Raiders. And we know that the Falcons got off to a slow start in week 1. But Matt Ryan and Julio Jones in Oakland yesterday really surprised me that they were able to go in there and come out with a 35-28 win. Good for them. I still think they're short of wide receivers. I think they might have let Roddy go a little too quickly on that release, but that's water over the dam. And that was a huge game for the Falcons because I tell you what, if they don't win, if they're not 1-1, they're in trouble.
Right. So you really feel even after that win, you still have hopes for the Raiders?
Oh, yes. Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Yes, I really do like the Raiders.
Yeah, they did go and beat the Saints on the road first game, so you were very high about them on last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the, let's go back to the Texans because this is a short turnaround week for the Patriots.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
That's another reason why.
See that, and right now, defensively, the Texans are in full sync. Watt, Clowney, Clowney's starting to live up
Right.
to his hype.
Yeah, his
Okay.
number one draft height.
Yeah, his hype. But Brock Osweiler and DeAndre Hopkins had developed some chemistry that I didn't see coming.
yeah. Hopkins, he
At
gels
Clemson,
well.
I mean, everybody remembers DeAndre with the Tigers few years back.
And it doesn't matter who his quarterback is. He really puts.
No,
it
I
on.
mean, so I tell you, I'm calling that as my upset pick, but I think for the Patriots to be 2-0 right now, Belichick is 2-0.
Yeah, smart man.
Belichick is 2-0.
He's smart.
Just if they make the play, if they get out of the first 4 games 3-1, he's already, to me, he's a lock for NFL Coach of the Year.
Yeah, 3-1. That's probably way more than people expect.
Oh, yeah.
Way more. 3-1 is very good for the
Great.
start.
No, it's great.
Very great. Very great without Brady being there. Then they didn't have Gronk at the beginning,
Right.
you know. So that's very good being 3-1.
And I think they're going to hold Gronk out one more week. I just think they are going to be a little careful. I think they feel they have a 2-0 cushion that people didn't expect because of that first week upset in Phoenix. And I think they're just going to sit on that.
Okay, that's smart coaching.
Yeah,
Right?
well, again, yeah.
That's smart coaching.
Yeah, it's back in my mind, I don't think they're going to rush him back.
Right.
And that gives them 10 more days to get ready for
Exactly.
when the Bills come in.
Bills and Patriots, yeah. He'll be back for that game.
Exactly.
That's big.
Hey, well, I'm glad you got a chance to have a chance to go into Charlotte.
Yeah.
What about college football? Our teams that we follow around here. I thought the Gamecocks at times played great defensively, really tightened things up in the red zone when East Carolina kept driving up and down the field on them.
You're right.
You know, their wide receiver for the Pirates had 22 catches. It was one short of an all-time NCAA Division I collegiate record.
Exactly.
But they were keeping them in front of them. They were short gainers. And then when they had to tighten up in the red zone, they came away with 2 or 3 huge plays.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that's confidence that Will Muschamp is building in his defensive secondary. So kudos.
Right.
They worked real hard after that loss at Mississippi State and came back, and certainly I think McElwain, their quarterback, the young kid, I thought looked terrific.
Right.
I thought it was tremendous amount of poise he showed. Made a couple of big passes in the fourth quarter, especially when the game was still to be decided. And, you know, 20-15, it was kind of ugly at times, but I'll tell you what, a win is a win is a win. And, you know, I know that was a huge one for them because they played somebody competitive out of Conference USA. You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What am I ready to spill my guts on? What do you think? We didn't talk about it before this started.
No.
Clemson's game, on the other hand, Saturday was 59-0.
Oh, you mean South Carolina State? Oh, competitiveness. Gotcha. Right.
I said it last week.
Gotcha.
The integrity of a Division I schedule should be protected at all costs.
Right.
I was fearful of this. It was the first time in my memory, but I heard it happen one other time with one of their games against a lower level college team a few years ago out in Death Valley when they had to shorten the second half to 12-minute quarters.
Right. The mercy rule.
The mercy rule. It's very seldom that it's used. Most people don't even know it exists.
Right.
They got mercied. Shame on Clemson to schedule, not South Carolina State so much, but to schedule South Carolina State after a Sun Belt team. That's the point. To play Troy and then to come back and play South Carolina State in the MEAC, Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Who gains?
Yeah.
I tell you what, it's hurt. It's hurt their national rankings. They're winning, and their rankings are going down. And the other thing it's hurting real bad is Deshaun Watson right now is third or fourth in the Heisman running among the experts around the country.
Hey, the competition. I mean, he can't be up there. You know,
You're
in that
talking
competition.
Lamar Jackson from Louisville, who they blew out by 40 points over Florida State Saturday. He's taken over. You got JT Barrett. He's in contention now, you know, and you still got Christian McCaffrey and Nick Chubb. And, Deshaun Watson slides in between that group at number 3 right now.
Right. And Clemson plays Louisville in a couple of weeks.
Yeah,
So that big blowout that they had against South Carolina State could happen to
you
them
know,
against
early in
Louisville.
the season, whether it be baseball, football, or basketball, soccer, any sport, you're looking to improve. You're looking to get better. You're looking to take something away from a game that you can use, such as Will Muschamp did the week before at Mississippi State.
Okay, yeah.
And you try to improve on that.
Right.
Okay, so they struggled a little bit offensively with Troy. They work on that. You tell me, what do you gain from bringing in SC State the next week?
Nothing. That's why I said last week they shouldn't be number 2. Watching that game against Troy showed us that they should not have been number 2 in the first place. Then you go back and play South Carolina State to try to maybe gain back what you thought you really were at the beginning of the season, and you fooled everybody.
You know, I was thinking, the NCAA regulates everything else. You know, they regulate these kids and how they spend money in the Charleston Southern bookstore before 30 of them got suspended, 14 for the Florida State game. They've got their hands in everything. People didn't ask why they were suspended, you know, or why they felt they needed to use their money for certain other items inside the school bookstore.
Exactly. That's what I said. It's inside the school bookstore.
It's in the side.
And it's a Christian school. What more could they have done that would be wrong?
So we know programs like the Charleston Southern play the Florida States, and they go down there short-handed, and they need the money to keep their programs going. Okay, so they're in the Big South. SC State is in the MEAC. You got other conferences that have no business playing the 5 power conferences, and they should regulate them. So if you want a Division I game and pick up some guarantee money, it might not be the $400,000 or $500,000 that an SEC team gives, or an ACC team gives, or a Big Ten. So you play a Conference USA, and you go to East Carolina, or you go to Tulsa. You don't allow teams like that to be placed on the schedule, be charged almost the same thing you pay for a conference game, which the season ticket holders absorb.
And punish the kids.
Yeah, you know, it punishes the program.
Right.
It punishes, I think, the overall balance of what college football was meant to be. And on those weeks, it doesn't exist. And I know for the kids, they enjoy playing, whether it be Charleston Southern going to Alabama. You know, the coaches enjoy having a chance also to coach against Nick Saban. But my goodness, if you're going to regulate things like a kid needing to spend his stipends on things like snack food or a sweatshirt maybe because they don't have the time to get a part-time job, and you are not regulating what is obviously a problem that they're turning their backs from. I'm sorry.
And then they're spending the money right back with the school. It's inside
Are you
of the
kidding
school.
me? They're not. They're spending it. And they're regulating that. And you can't regulate something that's also so blatant. That's, to me, more blatant. It's the hypocrisy of the NCAA. And
the same
I'll get
thing.
off my soapbox, but those two situations have been gnawing at me. And, if our listeners out there, please call us at 843-207-4397. If you were at the Clemson game and you watched that embarrassment and you drove all the way out there and spent all that money and you couldn't even see a full football game, how does that make you feel?
I wonder if the Clemson players are happy with that win. Like,
Well, I'll tell you one person I wouldn't want to ask, Deshaun. He wasn't even in there for the second half.
right.
I mean, forget about the shortened second half. I mean, he only played half a game.
yeah. Where you got him at Heisman?
I got him third.
Third?
Yeah, I got Lamar Jackson. He's quarterback from Louisville, sophomore, running away with it. He just exploded on the scene. He's got some real weapons that he's using. James Quick, what a name for a wide receiver.
Just like Mike Quick. Remember Mike Quick?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Quick and Jamari Staples, a couple of weapons that he uses out of the backfield. He's got Brandon Radcliffe. I mean, they're loaded.
Yeah.
The preseason prognosis all missed Louisville. They missed Louisville.
Right.
They had them like 24th, 25th.
Yeah. When they play Clemson October 10th, I'm gonna watch
Where's
that
the
game.
game?
I'm not too sure what that game is.
I'll tell you in a second. I have a football magazine here.
But I know
Let
they
me
played
just
Clemson on
leaf
October
through it real
21st.
quickly.
In Louisville, after Florida State punished South Carolina, Charleston Southern on last week, they came back to Louisville this week.
Because if they go to Louisville, they
and-
got no chance.
Right. They had the same thing done to them this week
Yeah.
against Louisville. Right? So if they were on their high horse last week after beating Charleston Southern, it's time to get off that high horse because you came into Mike Tyson punch out on over the weekend.
I mean, this is going to be interesting for the Clemson listeners and the college football fans out here. So we've got at Clemson, Louisville's at Clemson on the 1st of October.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, what a game. That'll be for national championship ramifications.
Right, and now we're going to see what Watson is made of.
Well, and we know he's a great player and he's an early first-round draft pick. I think we're going to see what Clemson is made of. I think
Clemson
we're
as a
going to
whole?
see what Clemson, because even the Auburn game to open the year, I know they scheduled them a few years ago when they had it rolling, because those games have to be booked that
Right.
far in advance. But let's face it, right now they're contending like Vanderbilt and Mississippi State in the SEC. So you couldn't gain anything from the Auburn game
Right. And
in the opener.
you're right about that. And they gave up, I believe, 512 yards against, or was that South Carolina? Played East Carolina.
Right. They gave up over 500 yards,
Okay.
South Carolina.
Okay.
Those are deceiving yards. So sometimes numbers don't always tell you the whole story.
Right. Yeah. You're right. You have to really be there and watch the game,
Yeah.
too.
They gave, I'm sure Will Muschamp wants a little more out of his defensive secondary and his, but at the same time, when they had to step up, they stepped up and made some
Yeah.
huge plays. And we already mentioned that.
What other
So
game?
that's JT Barrett. I got number 2.
JT Barrett, number 2. Okay.
I got him number 2. Deshaun, I've got number 3. I got Christian McCaffrey number 4.
Right.
Nick Chubb, I got him 5th.
Some people put McCaffrey at 1. They said he should
Oh,
have gotten it
absolutely.
last year.
Yeah, I mean he's right up there. They'll be going to New York again,
Right.
no question.
And,
but right now, Lamar, I'm going with my man Lamar.
Okay. And who do they play next week?
Yeah,
Louisville plays next
absolutely. They're at Marshall.
week. Okay.
And let me say this about that game, okay? Marshall is in Conference USA. There are some conferences that, to me, make a little sense.
Okay.
Okay, the Marshalls, the East Carolinas. Again, there are conferences, the Sun Belts, Troy, Southern Mississippi, another Conference USA team. So those, that's how I feel. If you're out there listening, 843-207-4397. I am Pathfinder along with my main man, Antoine.
That's right, baby, in the building.
So,
Give us a
anyway.
call. Let us know what you feel.
Hey, on Friday night, I went to a high school football game.
Oh yeah, which one?
Yeah.
Which one?
I saw Fort Dorchester play over at Wando.
Oh yeah, I heard about that game. A friend of mine has a son that plays for Fort Dorchester, and he called me. He said, "Hey man, where you at?" I said, "Oh, I'm at work." He said, "Man, you got to come out here, man. We're killing them right now. We're killing them." I said, "Killing who?"
One of the things I noticed and Joyner is everything. The young quarterback who's a junior at Fort Dorchester and he's ranked real high. One of the top 5-10 junior quarterbacks in America, and he deserves that ring. He's terrific. A lot of poise. He sees the whole field. He can move the ball with his legs and arm. I was really impressed. He reads his assignments extremely well. I was kind of a little blown away at how far along he is for his years.
Yeah.
So kudos to Fort Dorchester Patriots, and wow, they've got it going. They had lost the week before, so this was kind of a big win. But the one thing on Ortre Smith, the number one senior in the state of South Carolina, who just signed with the Gamecocks, or committed to the Gamecocks.
Okay.
I noticed Wando is having a hard time finding a quarterback that can get the ball to him compared to their quarterback last year that was able to use him as a weapon. I mean, if you're a weapon like that and you've got all the tools and you're having a hard time getting the ball, I mean, you can't throw yourself the ball. So in fairness, his numbers aren't going to be as gaudy, but he's still, to me, shouldn't take anything away from him being the number one high school prospect in the state. Physically, he's everything you're looking for a college wide receiver. Maybe not in the stature of an A.J. Green.
Right.
I kind of maybe use that as a comparison, as a second best I've ever seen down here. He's really good.
More of a skill set.
He's got great hands.
Yeah, great hands, skill set.
He runs his routes beautifully.
Right.
Good blocker, good defensive play. They use him in the secondary. So he plays both ways. Terrific athlete.
That's good. And if a wide receiver can block, that helps the offense.
No, he's the real deal.
Yeah.
And his numbers might drop quite a bit this year, but I think you have to look at the big picture and understand why maybe a little bit. But
You watching the game tonight?
yeah,
Eagles and Bears.
Eagles and Bears.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you think about that one?
Eagles and Bears. You asked me if I'm watching the game tonight.
Yeah.
I'm watching the Red Sox Orioles, baby.
Oh, how could I forget?
The American League East.
How could I forget? The Red Sox.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I wouldn't watch the Bears or Eagles tonight anyway. I'd rather watch like Family Matters or Golden Girls or something stupid.
We just put the Yankees out of their misery. We put the fork on them. They're cooked. They're done. We swept 4 games at Fenway. We're on our way to Baltimore. Tough series. Huge series, man.
Yeah.
Big series coming up. We got a 3-game cushion over Baltimore, 4 on Toronto. They're still fighting for that wild card situation. But the Yankees are done.
Yeah.
The Yankees are 8 back. We took them out of it, I tell you.
Hit him in the face like Mike Tyson.
And Hanley Ramirez put on a show. But the Yankees have an unbelievable young talent. Oh my goodness gracious. Gary Sanchez, their catcher. He played for the River Dogs. He played in Charleston. Holy mackerel, he's got 16 home runs since they brought him up 40 games ago on 160 at-bats. No one has ever done that before. So even without him having a full rookie year, he has a great chance to hit 20 home runs and win the Rookie of the Year. Oh, their future is tremendous. No wonder Alex didn't want to play anymore. Or he wanted to play anymore. No wonder the Yankees didn't want him playing anymore.
Right. You could not pass that up.
And then they have a couple other young players, you know.
Tyler Austin.
Yeah. Exactly. And Aaron Judge, he got an ab strain, so he's out for a while. But I thought it would be a fun thing to look at some of the awards for MLB with only 2 weeks left in the season. Who's leading some of the potential vote getters?
Okay.
All
right. Let's break it down.
Break it down. I'm gonna try to break it down now. Okay. Cy Young.
Okay.
Porcello for Boston. Rick Porcello. If he wins over tonight against he faces tonight. It's a big matchup. Okay. If he wins, I think he has a heck of a chance to become the Cy Young Award winner over Zach Britton and Corey Kluber. Britton is the Baltimore's closer. He's appeared in 64 games. He has not given up a run. Wow. So, he's their stopper. But Porcello has 20 wins. Tonight's a huge, huge win. And if somehow he can have an outstanding effort and they win, they'll go 4 games up in Baltimore, and I think he'll be in the driver's seat for the Cy Young. I think Mookie Betts, Dustin Pedroia for the MVP. I think it's going to come out of Boston. That was the strongest division. Toronto is in Seattle. I was just out in Seattle a month ago, saw a couple games out there. The Mariners are a really tough team out there, and they're playing really good baseball. I think they're going to... Toronto has slipped a little bit. I think Seattle's going to give them a couple more losses even.
Okay, are you being biased with Pedroia and MVP?
No, I tell you what, 50 games ago they put Pedroia at the leadoff spot, and he's been hitting over 420, 430. He took off. And from that point on, our season turned around, along with others having great years like Hanley Ramirez and Jackie Bradley Jr., former Greinkocker grad. But no, Mookie, you could go 3 or 4 players out of Boston maybe, Poppy, but I don't think so. I think it could be Mookie. And my vote would go to Dustin Pedroia, but I think Mookie's going to win it. Okay. Rookie of the Year, Gary Sanchez, and Michael Fulmer, pitcher for the Tigers, having a great year. It's going to come down to those two. Nationally, I can see Chris Bryant from the Cubs, third baseman, MVP. I think they're going to dominate all the awards. John Lester, Cy Young. I think the Manager of the Year is going to be Joe Madden.
Yeah.
So I think the Cubs are going to dominate the awards in the National League. And, I really liked the Indians until this weekend, and they lost 2 of their starting pitchers to injuries. Danny Salazar and Carlos Carrasco are both out for the year, not coming back for the playoffs. Second and third starters, they're almost equal to a number 1 starter.
Tell me a little bit about John Lester and what do you really see in him?
He's having a great year. He's always been a great pitcher. He's a money pitcher.
Yeah.
When he pitched for the Red Sox for 8 years, they just couldn't come up with enough money to keep him. And he went to the Cubs with Theo Epstein, who's Red Sox GM. And
right. I threw John Lester in there, because I know you're a Red Sox guy.
I tell you what, if
So,
we had Lester,
that's why I threw him out there. That's why I asked you.
you see this Red Sox World Series ring?
I
I'd be
see.
ordering another one right now.
That's why I asked you. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you got a little Red Sox blood in you.
But it's not over yet in the division because Baltimore's tough at home. They're tough. They don't have good
Yeah,
pitching,
that,
but
that was a good game. Orioles won over the weekend. It was 5-4 or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Home plate, the out.
What do you think of the? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me your predictions on baseball. I know you've been looking at it a little bit.
A little bit. I'm more into the football, but I've seen, with the Cubs being able to clinch because I believe the Cardinals lost, if I'm not mistaken.
But they're right in the mix for a wild card right now.
Right.
They did lose.
Yeah, they got in. The record was good, but they got in because of default. I like to say because of default. You got in because of this, so that's the only reason. But I mean, with them playing though, it could go either way. It could be kind of scary. Like you don't want to sleep on them just because they were able to squeeze in.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
No, you can't.
Because Joe Madden, like
Well,
you said, knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He
No.
knows what he's doing.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'm keeping my eye out on the Cubs just a little bit.
Oh no, the
Just a
Cubs.
little bit.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
Cubs have run away with it. The Cardinals, the team maybe you're thinking about that squeaked in.
The Cardinals squeaked in?
Yeah, the Cardinals are trying to squeak into the wild card.
Okay. All right.
But 2 weeks left. There's still 13 games to play. Anything can happen.
Okay.
In baseball, what's nice is the best team can lose 3 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The worst team, like the Braves, they've done it a few times this year. They can win 3 in a row. You never can tell
Yeah.
who's hot.
Who's hot? Who's not? Tell me who rocks. Shouts out to Dak Prescott making an impact. Larry Fitzgerald. Okay. He's 12th all time on receiving at right behind Jason Witten.
Oh, okay.
Jason Witten is 10th.
Huh?
So Larry Fitzgerald could pass Jason Witten this year, but it's back and forth. It's like between Andre Johnson. He's with the Tennessee Titans now. He has 108. He's in the 8th spot. Larry Fitzgerald is in the 10th spot.
Okay.
Jason Witten is in the 12th spot. So this year is going to be neck and neck, like a 3-way race between those two on who finishes out their career on the top with receptions. He won't catch Jerry Rice, who's beaten at least 500 more or so.
His numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, 500 and something. So
Yeah.
he would have to have 104 catches per year for like the next 5 years to catch Jerry Rice, which won't happen.
Right.
Larry Fitzgerald would stick around a long time now. At least 2-3 more years.
Yeah. No, I think he can. He's getting himself
He's
injury free. He's,
right.
He's
no
in great
injuries.
shape. Yeah.
Runs
no.
his route
Yeah.
very well.
So let's go back to the Bears. You
Okay.
going to watch them tonight?
No. I'm not watching the Bears tonight. You know what I'm going to do?
No.
I'm going to watch the Red Sox.
Are you really?
Just for you, I'm going to watch the Red Sox tonight. I'm not watching the Bears, and I'm not watching the Eagles. I'm going to watch the Red Sox. And I'm going to let you know what I see watching the game. I'll text you and call you, say, hey, Pathfinder, I'm watching the game. But Monday Night Football, Bears and Eagles, I wonder why that was even on a Monday night schedule.
Oh, okay. You know who I picked to win the Red Sox Orioles tonight? Orioles. They have a good pitcher pitching. Bundy. It's really hard to slow down Baltimore's batters, Jones, Trumbo, Machado, Davis, when they're at home. I don't have a good feeling about this. Okay. In fact, you just jinxed me.
Sorry for the jinx. But tonight, it's the Red Sox and the Orioles or the Bears and the Eagles.
Who do you like in the Bears-Eagles, though? Give us
Eagles,
a little...
Eagles because I like their defense. Jay Cutler, don't trust Jay Cutler. So Bears defense suck. Carson Wentz did a very good job last week. So right now we're gonna wrap it up a little bit. But go Red Sox, go Eagles tonight. See you later. Thank you for Inside the Locker Room, tuning in, watching in. Peace.
Thank you.